So my story began when I was 10 years old, and psoriasis came out of nowhere. The thing is that my parents were not doctors, and they weren't healers. They didn't know anything about this disease. It wasn't in my family. It's not in my family history. No one in my family has it. So it was a very, very surprising thing. It started in my scalp, and then slowly over the years, it spread to every part of my body. So I've had every type of flare-up. I've had glutate, I've had scalp psoriasis, I've had plaque psoriasis, I've had all over my body, on certain patches of areas. Throughout the years, it's been different varying degrees of flare-ups. So I've had just about every type of flare-up on every location, full body, parts, you name it, I've had it. So when I say that I understand your suffering, I understand. And the first thing that I really had to do was I had to come to a realization that if I'm going to treat this, I'm going to have to do it myself. I'm going to have to learn and read and study as much as I can and do whatever I can every single day to treat it, but I'm going to have to take the responsibility is in my hands. So, you know, I tried the medication route. I went to, 10 dermatologists, and the last dermatologist, at 16 years old, got me on a really bad day because I'm covered head to toe, and she proceeded to tell me about her vacation and that I should just try this new steroid, and I was just like, I lost it. So after that, I literally gave her back her medication, and I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna do this myself. But at the time, for the next few years following that, I read and I tried things, and nothing really completely healed it. But I could see that definitely modifications in my diet was making a difference. There was a slight difference. There was changes in the redness. It was going away, but each and every time I didn't know much about diet, and my diet, to be quite honest, was just, eat whatever, and I had no experience, no background in this. So basically, I just did whatever tip I found out about. I just did it, and there was some slight improvement, but nothing ever really worked. And sometimes I would try a tip, and it actually made my psoriasis worse. So you are going to find that you're going to try something, and for whatever reason, it just gets worse. However, there is one thing that I learned over 10 years of clearing this disease is that it's not a matter of trying one thing. It's not a matter of just taking a medication. It's not a matter of just eating gluten-free. It's not, it is an issue where you've got to understand how your body is working and what happens to the body in a case of someone who has psoriasis. What is exactly going on in the body? And that's what I'm here to talk about in this video series. Is I'm going to talk about what is going on to my knowledge. As I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm going to explain what I know, and then I'm going to explain why I did the things that I did. And I have done those things over and over again, and each time, yes, it has taken 4 to 6 weeks. You cannot expect it to clear overnight, but it does clear if you do certain things. Now, each person is an individual. There's some things that work for people, doesn't work for me. Gluten-free diets did not work for me. That's unfortunate, but it just did not. I had to take the grains right out. You have to figure out what is working for your own body. And it's the same for anyone who has an allergic reaction. They have to do the same things. They know they have an allergic reaction to something. They figure out they have an allergy, and they cannot eat that particular thing. It's the same thing with psoriasis. There is something that is triggering the immune system, that is causing the body to react in the way that it's reacting. And if it's reacting in a great way, like your full body is being irritated, then it's something that is really affecting your system, and you've got to try to figure out what it is. I'm going to tell you that this is going to be a daily grind. It could drive you mad. I know a lot of people who just got it. They got it about a few months ago, and they have no idea. I've had it since I was 10 years old. It's 20 years later. So it's really something that took a daily grind, but I am living proof. I'm going to show you before pictures. I am going to show you my chest completely covered. And now it's not. And actually, if you look at it, there's not a sign. There's a little bit of a tan there, but there's not a sign of it because it does heal up. You know, my face, you can still see little variations of the last breakout, which was about a year ago, but you know, this is slight, but it is going to heal up like perfectly, just like my skin. So if you look at it, it's going to heal completely. You look at my neck, this was all covered at one time. It's clear. So you are going to have your skin heal up, but it's going to take a daily grind, and I'm going to do my best to offer any tips and advice that in my experience has worked for me. And like I said, you know, you use what you can, use what you will. If you want to reach out to me through email, please do. You want to reach out to me on Instagram, please do. I'm happy to help. And I'm just glad that I took this first step because, to be quite honest, I've been hiding for all my life because this disease is so unsightly and it's so terrible to look at that I couldn't even stand looking at myself on a video camera or a picture for that matter. So the fact that I'm doing this is a really big step because I really hate pictures still to this point. But I'm going to try to put as much information out there, and please, you know, feel free to message me because I think that I can really help people, and I think that together we can all help each other, because the more information that we learn from each other is the more we're going to be able to figure out what really, you know, what really works, what doesn't work. And, you know, like I said, it's individual, but I'm willing to really band together now and figure out, you know, how to help as many people as I can. So thank you for tuning into my channel. Please share it with anyone, and please send me a message. I'd love to hear from everyone.